Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson and I'm back with another free tip today along with 2 trades that I've done. So this free tip will be, I want to show you the correct way to use this currency meter and how to make sure that the meter is set up properly, because if it's not set up properly the meter will be useless. So once you have the meter on the charts, as you can see here, you must make sure you have all the currency pairs within the market watch. So we open up the market watch, and as you can see, there's 8 pairs here, and you got to have the corresponding pair within the market watch. In other words, like there's 28 altogether, and you have to make sure they're all here, and I recommend that you put them in alphabetical order so you can find it quite quickly. So if you don't have them all you got to do is right click anywhere within here and just go to symbols, and then it'll open up another window. Just click on the Forex one, either Forex or this Forex one down here, and you got to make sure that all these are put in there. If it's a ghost like here, like say you wanted to put this one here, which you don't want, I don't do the Polish, you're just going to hit show or hide if you want to remove it. And of course, once you've done all of them, make sure you check this one here too. As you can see, most of these I have in there except for this, the Hong Kong dollar. Like I don't trade that, so I don't need it. And the meter doesn't cover it. So once you have all the 28 pairs in there, you might have it like a total mess, like not in order. So it'll take only a couple of minutes, but all you're going to do is put them in alphabetical order. You know, you see the A's at the top and then the C's. So you can see that 3 of them down here are not in order. So to put it in order, let's say I want to do these, get these 3 in alphabetical order. Now I wish you could just right click and just sort in order, but they don't have that feature on the MT4 platform. So you're just going to left click, drag it, and put it where you want it. So I want it at the top. There it is right there. Oh, the Euro Aussie, just drag it and put it in alphabetical order. Once it go on top of here. So there it is right there. Pound Aussie, just drag, pound, pound right here. Now if you make a slight error, you can just go like that and go back and make sure they're all in alphabetical order. I remember helping a trader and he told me the meter's not working. And then when I looked at his computer and the charts, there was only 4 pairs in here. And I said, how come you only got 4 pairs in there? He said, because that's the only 4 pairs I trade. I don't need all these. I told him though, to make the meter work properly, you have to have these 28 pairs. And what you got to do is either take a screenshot or put it on pause the video and make sure you have these 28 pairs. I happen to do like oil, gold, you know, S&P 500. I do these 4, so that's why I have them in here. And it's part of my default. That's where I keep these. Have the pip trigger, have the golden trigger, and I have the magic trigger. Those are my top 3 favorites. They are within my profiles down here. So once we have everything in alphabetical order, everything is looking good. Now the meter will work properly. In other words, give you the correct reading. And also keep in mind, speaking about these currency pairs here, if you have a little plus right beside it, or anything, a plus, minus, pro, mini, anything at all after, like say where the euro dollar is here, after this D, then this meter will not work. I want to show you as an example what I'm talking about. You see the euro dollar? It's a little plus sign here. This is a raw ECN account. And the one here is a standard account. So the meter will work on a standard account, but it will not work on a raw ECN account. So I have a few accounts. I have raw ECN, I have a standard account. You got to have this has to be attached to a standard account for the meter to work properly. And again, remember, you have to have these 28 pairs. There's 28 of them for this meter to work properly. And keep in mind that once the meter goes above the goal line and stays above the goal line, the meter will be showing you at least, let's say this pair, Euro, Aussie. See the Euro's on top here because it's showing that the Euro is strong, and once it goes above and moving, it will stay at the top unless there happens to be another one a little bit stronger. Could be the pound, you know, could be something else, you know what I mean? But at this present point in time, the euro is at the top. And so that is why I traded. That was one of the pairs that I traded today. Now I came to the computer, I must admit, a little bit late. I was doing a few other things, so let's see what's happening on this Euro Aussie here. I did the Euro Aussie, and because the Euro is the strongest, I did the Euro CAD, and in real time the CAD was all the way, well, the CAD is near the bottom here, and the Aussie was more than halfway down, and that's why it's doing a pullback now, and I have since closed the trade. So let's see where I actually got in. Drag and drop it up. Here we go right here. And I'm not a perfect trader. I do make mistakes from time to time. I just knew that the market was going up. And at this point in time, it never did hit the ADR. So I figured I could grab some pips. Now, I wasn't looking for 50 or 100 pips. But since I do 2 trades, as long as I can grab some pips, I'm very happy with that. And when I got in, I noticed that I still had a ways to go, like that's over 50 pips there to the ADR. Never did hit it. Only mistake I made, I should have waited for the pullback. A little bit impatient, but as it turned out, I still turned into a winner. Got in at this cursor, went against me about 17 pips. And I closed it out at the top up here with 14 pips. Looks like I got out at the right time, because if I did not get out, I would be negative right now. So remember, as I learned many years ago, don't be too greedy if the market has already made a move. Now obviously the better entry is once it clears and it does a pullback. Remember, for you traders who have the PIP trigger, magic word is pullback. And of course, getting in at the bottom anywhere within here, that's producing like more than 60 pips. And at the moment, I'm using the combination, the best of the PIP trigger and the golden trigger, and it is the magic trigger. The one you're looking at right now is number 1, has the meter. So let's see, those 14 pips on the Euro Aussie produce $1,340. So let's move on to the Euro CAD. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, on this Euro CAD right here, let's drag and drop this up and see where I got in. Now this one is not doing the pullback as the Euro Aussie is, and that's because the CAD is right at the bottom. Anytime you can take the trade with the one at the top and the one at the bottom, then it'll give you more pips. Obviously, if you're doing the workhorses, you'll get more pips. Like if you're doing the euro dollar or Aussie dollar, you're going to get less pips. So let's see, I got in at this cursor, did a slight pullback, but let's see what that pullback was. It was about 7 or 8 pips, and I got out here with close around 18 pips. So those 18 pips on the Euro CAD produced $1,866. Pip total was 32 pips, and I ended up with $3,206. You probably noticed that I'm only doing no more than three days a week trading. That's why I got into trading, so I could work less and make more than having like a day job. And as long as I accomplish that week in and week out, that's the way I'm going to keep going. Like, who wants to work 5 days a week? You know, I don't. So if your trading system is not producing like my Magic Trigger system is doing, all I suggest is that you should get your hands on it, and to do so, all you got to do is look right below this video, and you'll see this right up. The Magic Trigger system I do charge $250 for, unless you bought another trigger system off of me. At that point, I'll only charge $100, and it does take me 100 hours to put the package together. So $100, 100 hours, $1 an hour. I don't know who would work for $1 an hour, at least not here in North America. So here we go. The Magic Trigger system is the best of the Golden Trigger and the PIP Trigger combined. I merged them together, came up with the Magic Trigger. Has around 3.5 gigabytes of training. You'll get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. Now there's 4 MT4 templates, along with 10 custom indicators and my favorite currency meter. I give a lot of PDF books and a lot of Word documents that'll surely help your education in learning how to trade the Forex markets, or any market as far as that goes. Along with this 156 Word documents is the $1 Million Trade Plan. That's for you traders who have a small account. This plan shows how you can start with $1,000 and in less than a year turn that into $1 million. But you do have to do one trade a day, just one trade, and get 10 pips. That's all you need. And today I got 32 pips. So it is doable for you traders who like to go from rags to riches within less than a year, but you do have to be a good trader. In other words, you put in a trade, all you're looking for is 10 pips, and you know, you can't be losing 30, 40, 50 pips because you'll get a margin call. So there's a lot of ways to trade, and I do teach a lot of ways to trade. That's why I produce 36 training videos along with 9 bonus videos. Now my most favorite way to trade is right here at the top, A Great Way to Trade. It is the easiest way to trade, and I recommend that's the one you should focus on. Because some of these down here, like trading with a day job and trading with the news, especially this news, is much more difficult. And of course, this great way to trade is where you're looking at the goal line and the AO here. And once they both line up properly, then you can just take the trade. Of course, on a pullback. I teach all of that, by the way. I give a lot of trading tips. I teach how to backtest the Magic Trigger, how to scalp the market, how to scan the market. Teach how to trade all 3 sessions along with the London close. I teach how to trade pullbacks, reversals, how to trade the channel, how to trade the goal line, and how to trade the news, which is not today, and how to trade with a day job. That's also not today. So if you have any questions about anything, all you got to do is pick up the phone and call me. I actually do answer most of the time. If you live too far, just send me an email, Forex underscore. Make sure there's an underscore here. And of course, here's my Skype ID, Forex underscore Nelson. Now through Skype, and by the way, I made it easy for you. All you got to do is click on this link. And once we have a connection and through Skype screen sharing, I'll give you a free session. Might last about 45 minutes, but that depends on how many questions that you may have for me. So over the many years, at least 12 years or so, I've been building trigger systems. I do have 26 of them. If you want to see screenshots, all you got to do is click on this link. Now, I originally had my best top 2 favorite trigger systems. You can watch the video here. Just click on it. And then since then, when I merged the 2 together and I came up with my magic trigger, you can watch a review just by clicking on this link. So I believe that just about wraps up this video and this trading day. If you have any questions, as I said, just get in contact with me. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next trade, happy trading.